If you have an Ultralight 403 or an E-Valve and you need to remove the prop, sometimes this can be challenging. I'm going to show you how to go ahead and do this. I'm going to use the 10mm socket to go ahead and remove the nylon locking nut. The blade can be sharp. You may want to wear a glove. Go ahead and get this out of the way. Now if there's an impact, the shear pin could be bent in a way and it's very difficult to remove the prop. You may have to carefully tap on each side of the blade with a handle of a hammer and just carefully tap back and forth or possibly mallet. After I take the prop off, I inspect the back of the side of the prop, make sure that there's no damage there, and remove the broken piece of the shear pin. And also at this time, I'm going to remove this brass cap. This brass cap prevents further debris from getting down into the output shaft seal. So after I remove this brass cap, I inspect the seal, remove any debris that is around there. If I see any damage to the seal, I do not use the motor, and at that time I would get it to a service center for further repair. Go ahead and reinstall your brass cap and then your shear pin. And then we'll install the propeller. Make sure you have your washer on the outside. Put on the nut. Carefully hold on to the blade and re-secure the prop again. Now what you can also do is monitor the gap between the backside of the propeller and the motor as you rotate it to look for any major variances to see if you potentially have a bent output shaft. If that is the case, I'd recommend getting it to a service center for repair. If you only need a propeller, these are available at Torqeedo.com for purchase, along with additional shear pins. A good reason to periodically to remove your prop, let's say after every outing, if you find yourself entangling in vegetation, or if you entangled the motor up in stray fishing line or your own fishing line. If you do not remove this behind the propeller, eventually this will work its way into the seal and then damage the motor. So you want to, either after every trip or every other trip, would be good to remove the propeller, as I showed you here, remove the brass cap, and inspect the actual output shaft seals themselves. Don't just remove the propeller and do a visual inspection. You need to remove that brass cap, which includes removing the shear pin in order to get that cap off.